Hey everyone! Have you heard about the sudden rise in appendix cancer among young adults? Yeah, that tiny little pouch in your gut, the one you barely ever think about, has become the center of a pretty alarming medical mystery. So here's what's wild. Appendix cancer used to be incredibly rare, typically showing up in older folks. But now, more and more people in their 30s and 40s are getting diagnosed. In fact, a big study just published in the Annals of Internal Medicine found that for people born after the 1970s, appendix cancer rates have tripled or even quadrupled compared to those born way back in the 1940s. Get this, about 1 in 3 appendix cancer cases now happens in adults under 50. That's a much higher rate than almost any other gastrointestinal cancer. But what exactly is appendix cancer anyway? The appendix is a small, finger-shaped pouch attached to your large intestine. Most people only hear about it when someone lands in the ER with appendicitis. But it turns out cancer can form there too, and the worst part is it often has no obvious symptoms at first. That makes early detection super tough. So, what's causing this sudden spike in young adults? Doctors are still scratching their heads, but there are some strong clues. First, there's lifestyle. Obesity has been on the rise since the 1970s, and carrying extra weight is a known risk factor for digestive cancers. Then we've got changes in diet, a lot more processed foods, sugary drinks, and red meats. Add to that our increasingly sedentary lifestyles. Let's be real. Most of us are sitting way more than our parents or grandparents ever did. Environmental factors might be playing a role too. Think plastics, chemicals, and even changes to our water quality. And there's growing interest in the gut microbiome, basically, the good bacteria living in your digestive system. More antibiotics in medicine and food production could be messing with that delicate balance. Here's the tricky part. Because appendix cancer rarely shows symptoms before it's advanced, and there's no routine screening, most cases aren't caught early. That's why it's so important to pay attention to persistent or unusual abdominal pain, bloating, changes in your digestion, or anything that just doesn't feel right, especially if you're under 50. So what can you actually do? The basics: honestly, keep a healthy weight. Eat a balanced diet, stay active, skip the tobacco, and don't go wild with alcohol. It's not a magic shield, but it can lower your overall cancer risk. Should you be worried? Not panicked, but aware. If you're a healthcare provider, this is your reminder to consider appendix cancer in younger patients. If you're under 50, just keep an eye on your health and lifestyle. And for the researchers out there, keep digging, because we need answers. Bottom line, appendix cancer is on the rise in young people. And while we don't have all the answers yet, early awareness and healthy habits could make a difference. Thanks for tuning in. Stay curious, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.